I hope this message finds you in good health and high spirits. Today, I wanted to take a moment to express my profound gratitude for everything you have taught me and the tremendous impact you have had on my life. Mokrena.
What's up? Gene.
Hi Gene.
Atale.
How are you, brother?
I am fine, thanks. It's time.
Yes, it's time.
Yes, it's time for us to move.
Yeah, I am little sadly.
Me too, I am sadly.
What we think if we would thank everyone who taught us a lot.
It's a good idea, of course we would like to thank them for everything they have taught us. What you think, Atale?
I agree with what you said.
Let's start. Mrs. Angela, thank you for the many things you have taught me. Even if for the first time you did not understand me, but with time you came to understand me. But thank you, and I'm glad that I worked with you.
I know that you don't know me, but my name is Mokrena. But if you want, you call me Mr. Smile. Yes, thank you Mrs. Angela for everything you teach us.
Thanks for that. Even if you don't recognize me, I will introduce myself. My name is Atale.
Why do you say Mrs. Angela can call you Mr. Smile?
Because I like this name. Don't be jealous.
I am not jealous.
Relax, Gene.
Mrs. Anita, thank you for what you taught me at Barnes Noble. Even if you are not here, thank you for everything you have taught me.
Yes, Mrs. Anita. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Anita.
Mrs. Khan. No, I mean Dr. Khan. You are my favorite coach. Thank you very much for what you taught me in Cardinal Village. And thank you for your patience in listening when I talk to you. You take your time and take care to listen to me, to understand me, and thank you for agreeing to let me teach you to speak Creole. And I like to talk to you, and sometimes you are a little funny.
Wait for a minute. You say Dr. Khan.
Yeah.
Why you say Dr. Khan? She is Mrs. Khan. She's a coach.
Not anymore, Mokrena.
Sometimes you really strange, Gene.
Mrs. Khan. She's best coach.
You mean Dr. Khan?
Yes, I mean Dr. Khan. I'm glad that she worked with us.
Yeah, I am glad too. Mrs. Joe and Mrs. Dolores, thank you for what you taught me at Royal Bargains. I really appreciate it.
Mercy, Mrs. Dolores, for everything you teach us.
Atale. Don't speak French please, because Mrs. Dolores don't speak French.
I know Makrena, but Mrs. Dolores knows mercy mean thank you.
Oh my gosh, Atale.
Mrs. Dina, thank you for what you taught me in Total Turf. You taught me a lot. And thank you for helping me with the application work. Total Turf, thank you for helping me.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Dina.
Thank you, Mrs. Dina.
Mr. Paul, thank you for teaching me at Walgreens. You learn a lot. You always say funny words. I really appreciate it, even if sometimes I not laugh, but I really appreciate it. But thank you so much. And I glad to work with you, Mr. Paul.
Mr. Paul, for us you are the best coach. Funny, I never met before. And I am really enjoying. Thank you again.
Thank you, Mr. Paul, for everything you teach us. And you always saying, we are the good person.
Mrs. Morgan. No, I mean strange. Thank you for your advice. And even if I beat you in Uno 3 times, today it can be 5 or 6 or even more. I'm happy to work with you, even if sometimes you are a little strange. But you are the best coach.
Oh yes, sometimes Mrs. Megan very strange.
So much, but she's good coach.
I am agree with you, my brother.
Me too, I am agree with it.
Mrs. Dana, thank you for working with me in Cardinal Village, and other things you taught me, so we say thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Dane.
Mrs. Molly, thank you for everything you taught me last year. You teach me a lot.
Thank you, Mrs. Molly.
Thanks so much, Mrs. Molly.
Mrs. Reale, thank you for everything you taught us in class, and independent questions and trap questions. But I know how to cheat. But you still give trap questions, and I like the way you work with us in class, and I like to cheat a lot.
Oh yeah, we love cheat.
Yes, cheat is the best.
You don't remember when we were in Haiti how we used to cheat in class when there are exams? Since there is an exam, you don't cheat. You know you are not a Haitian, because since there is an exam, There are people who are cheating, since you are Haitian.
We are done thanking everyone.
Wait, what? We have already finished.
Yes, we are done.
We are not done yet.
What's you mean?
We have not yet thanked the students who worked with us.
Yes, Jean, we have not yet thanked the students who work with us.
You are right, Atale. We must thank them indeed.
Correct, Jean.
So let's start. Jacob, I was happy working with you for 2 times. Is a good worker. When I don't know where something is, you always try to help me. Thank you.
We are happy to work with you, Jacob.
Yeah, me too, Jacob, and you little funny too.
Jonathan, you are a good worker and I am happy to work with you.
We are so happy to work with you, Jonathan.
Jimmy S., I am happy working with you for last year, and you are a good worker.
Yes, he is a good worker. And happy work with him.
Jimmy M., stop running and jumping and breaking your TV, and you are a good worker.
Yeah, this guy likes jumping. And running too.
And he likes to break the TV in his room. And force him to control his anger. Same like us.
Correct, Atale. Just like us.
Emily, I am happy to work with you at Walgreens and you are a good worker.
Yeah, she's a good worker and happy to work with her.
Allie, I am happy to work with you. You are a good worker, and don't make Mrs. Reale talk a lot.
She's a good worker. Sometimes she's a little trouble, but she's a good worker.
Frankie, stop sleeping in class. Take me if I know I was the same as you. When I first came to the United States, but when I learned some little English I stopped sleeping in class.
I am remember when we first in class we fall asleep.
Frank Mazaka, you are a good worker and know how to count money.
He is good at count money.
Andrew, I know you are a good worker, even though I don't work with you, but I know you are a good worker.
Andrew is good worker.
Mary, the first, know you are a good worker. I was a worker with you last year, and I know you like Aladdin and Jasmine.
Oh yeah, she is like Aladdin.
So much. Now we are done to thank all students who work with us.
Wait, you forget one.
No, I don't forget one.
Or you forget. The witch who is taking a break likes to be nervous easily.
I don't see who you are talking about.
The witch who always pretends she like the nervous easily.
You mean sorcière.
Yes, sorcière.
I will not talk about the sorcière in the video.
Why not, Jean?
'Cause I said so.
Okay, Jean. So we done.
We are done to thank everyone. I am little sadly. Oh my gosh, I forgot to thank Mrs. Brazil. Mrs. Brazil, thank you very much, and thank you for helping me sign the work application. Thank you for that, Mrs. Brazil.
Thank you, Mrs. Brazil.
Merci, Mrs. Brazil.
Dr. Khan, no peeky. If you need to hear from me, you know what to do. Just subscribe to the channel and leave a comment, so you can hear me. Just wrote Jean-Jacques Romulus. You will see my YouTube channel. The story of a young boy who left Haiti to live in the United States. I need a computer cause my phone don't have space, that's why you don't see me put video on YouTube.